Why not? That's it.
Papa? Papa?
Said it would be.
Yeah, but where's Grandpa?
He's probably in the bedroom. Why don't you call for him?
Grandpa? Grandpa!
I missed you so much. Oh, I almost forgot. This is Peter. This is your grandson.
Hello, Peter.
Hello, Grandpa.
More coffee?
Yes, please. Your grandfather has always been the most terrific cook. Peter, say something.
Yeah, Grandpa, that was good. Really good.
Huh? Well, then so far it was worth the trip, huh? I was afraid your mother was never going to bring you over here to see me, Peter.
But you don't know what it's been like for Peter and I since we've been on our own. It's hard to be both mother and father, especially with all his activities. Soccer on Monday, taekwondo on Tuesday.
Taekwondo what?
Taekwondo on Tuesday, basketball on Wednesday.
Mom, swimming's on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. Swimming's on Wednesday. And basketball is on Thursday. Music lessons on Friday.
I'm learning to play the violin.
And then on Saturday and Sunday, there's Little League.
If you miss too many games, you're off the team.
Like that.
Well, I'm exhausted just listening to you both. How do you get to all these different places? Who takes you there?
Moi, I do.
Sent my daughter all the way to America, to a university, to become a taxi driver, huh?
Well, you know, it goes with the territory.
Last time I saw you, young man, you were mewling and puking in your mother's arms. That's a quote from Shakespeare. Yes, you were not very good company then. We must rectify that now.
Sounds like fun. What are we gonna wreck?
Now, rectify means to correct something that is not right, like a grandfather who has not been able to see his grandson for such a long time.
So, how are we going to rectify things, Grandpa?
All right, let's see now. You like to fish? Some big ones right out there in that pond. Maybe we catch ourselves a nice fish dinner for tonight, eh?
But I've never fished.
Oh? Well, nothing to it. I'll teach you in no time. Taught your mother. Yeah, she was pretty good at it, too. Never took your son fishing?
There aren't a lot of fishing holes in Los Angeles. I guess I just never really had the time.
I don't see how you managed to keep your sanity, either one of you. I mean, it's just too much pressure. Your mother and I never felt it was necessary for you to partake in so many activities. You turned out pretty well, I'd say. For the most part.
Well, the world is a different place today, Papa.
Yeah, the competition out there is brutal.
He is too young for all that competition. Now's the time for him to discover what life is all about. To feel free to explore all the wonderful things around him.
In a big city? Are you crazy? Don't you watch the news on television?
Television? Haven't you noticed? We still don't have any electricity in this house.
Well, you know, the world can be a scary place now, Papa. You can't just turn your kid loose anymore. It's very different here. I had this whole meadow to play in. This was my very own playground. I practically had it to myself.
Well, weren't you lonely? Way out here without any friends?
I had a lot of friends. There were hundreds of birds, and every morning, Mama and Papa and I would feed them. Ducks, too. There's all kinds of animals out there.
What about skunks? Did you ever run into a bunch of skunks? Did they ever?
No. The skunks were my friends, too. All the animals were. The meadow is the most wonderful place in the whole world.
Sure is. Your mother and I had a lot of adventures out there.
I love adventures. I go on a lot of them, but mostly in my mind.
Your grandson does have a very vivid imagination. I wonder where he got that from.
Well, life could be pretty dull without a little adventure now and then, right, Peter?
Please, don't encourage him. I assure you not all of his adventures are in his mind. The chances he takes.
But that's what growing up is all about. I took a lot of chances when I was a kid. Oh, I just about drove my poor old grandfather crazy. I remember this one particular time. Happened right there in this very meadow.
This is starting to have a very familiar ring to it.
What are you talking about?
The story. The story. The one that I loved to hear so much when I was a little girl. You know, about a particular little man's big adventure out there in the meadow?
I wasn't going to tell that one.
Oh, you were too.
Oh.
I could see it coming a mile away. It's
no.
the bestest story you'll ever hear in your entire life.
What story?
I was not going
You
to
were
tell
too.
that
That's
story.
exactly how the story starts.
What story?
All right. As long as your mother brought it up, I'll tell it.
It's the most wonderful story about this little boy. And he lives in this very house with his grandfather. And one day he... Papa, tell the story.
One day.
One day he's out in the meadow. This very meadow right out here. And, Pop, will you just tell the story, please?
I will, Annie, if you give me half a chance.
Sorry.
I don't know. Maybe you better tell the story. You are the parent now, not I.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Okay. This is a story about a little boy named Peter, just like you. And it all started on the first day of spring, just like today. Right here in this very cottage. It had been a very cold winter, but now the meadow was in full bloom.
Whoa! Oh.
Suddenly, a bird appeared and playfully circled around Peter's head. Peter and the bird were old friends.
This is great up here. Hey, what are you hiding behind those branches?
The bird showed Peter the reason for all the excitement. Her nest, filled with 6 brand new eggs. Now, while Peter and the bird were out playing in the meadow, another of Peter's friends had also awakened with a bad case of spring fever. It was another bird, but this time a bird of a very different feather, a deliriously dizzy duck. You see, the duck knew he wasn't supposed to go beyond the gate. But it had been a long winter for him, too, and a long time since he'd had a real swim. After all, he figured, the cool blue pond was only a waddle away. So he took the plunge. The bird noticed the duck. How'd he get out here? She wondered. So she decided to ask the duck herself. But the duck was only interested in his long-awaited swim. The bird did not like being ignored. Hey! How can you call yourself a bird down there in the water like that, huh? Why, no self-respecting bird can swim? But the duck couldn't be bothered. And on it went. Until, stealthily sneaking through the reeds, another creature silently appeared. Peter's cat. He spotted the bird. The bird is busy arguing with a duck, thought the cat. So I'll just get a little closer and maybe I can grab her.
Hey, there you are. Look out!
The cat lunged for the bird. But the bird took to the air with lightning speed. Oh, there's always the duck, thought the cat. But that didn't work either.
Peter! Peter! What are you doing out there in the meadow? Peter!
All of a sudden, Peter's grandfather marched out into the meadow, bellowing like a rusty old bassoon.
Young man, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000,000 times. This meadow is a dangerous place. A very, very dangerous place. The edge of the forest is right over there. You know that. And there are all kinds of ferocious creatures living behind those trees. Why, what if a wolf came out of the forest all of a sudden and gobbled you up? Where would you be then, huh? You'd be in his belly. That's where you'd be. I'm telling you, Peter, once and for all, this meadow is no place for boys to just play around in without a care in the world. Peter, a wolf is nothing to laugh about. It's serious business. Very serious business.
But boys like Peter are not afraid of wolves.
Yeah, boys like me are not afraid of wolves. Wolves, stupid old wolves. Am I the kind of kid that's afraid of wolves? Don't think so. Not me. No way. Definitely not.
Peter, who are you talking to? I ask you who you
Well,
Are you making fun of me?
oh man.
Come on, boy. I've had enough of this. More than enough. I'm an old man now. I got more important things to do than to chase you around the meadow every day. You're a big boy now. You ought to know better. I certainly taught you better. Now, young man, you get back in that house right away before
Boy, Peter's grandfather sure was in a bad mood. How come he was so mean?
No, he wasn't mean. Oh, he loved Peter very much. It was just that he didn't want anything to happen to him, that's all.
Well, what could have happened anyway with a cat, a duck, and a stupid little bird?
Oh, you think those three were the only ones in the meadow, huh? Annie?
Suddenly, the meadow got very, very still. And then there was a quiet rustling in the leaves in the bank of the trees at the edge of the meadow, where it met the deep, dark forest. duck. Now the cat was the first one in the meadow to spot the wolf. The bird spotted the wolf too and even tried to warn the duck. But it was too late. And with one gulp, he swallowed the duck whole.
He swallowed the duck. The wolf just ate him. Just like that.
Well, yes. That's exactly what happened.
Exactly. That's what happened.
I don't like it. It's too sad. It has a really unhappy ending.
Who said anything about an ending? Did you say the story was over, Annie? Am I getting hard of hearing my old age?
No, I don't recall saying the end. In fact, it's just the beginning.
Yeah.
Because now Peter's adventure is really about to start.
Wow. So there's more?
Oh, much more. Huh?
Okay, this is where things stood. The cat was on one branch of the tree. And the bird was on another. But not too close to the cat. Meanwhile, the wolf was walking around and around the bottom of the tree, eyeing both the bird and the cat hungrily. Obviously, the duck had only been the first course.
I've got to do something. But what? I know.
So without showing the slightest bit of fear, Peter sprang into action. He darted quickly through the meadow, being careful not to attract the wolf's attention. He needed to distract the wolf.
gonna be okay. I've got a plan. Don't be such a scaredy cat. Come on. That's more like it. Now you. Fly down and circle the wolf's head. But be careful.
But quickly the wolf came to his senses, and his eyes burned with anger. He wanted that bird. But he couldn't catch her, because the bird was way too fast. Well, the bird had brilliantly carried out her mission. So now it was the cat's turn.
Climb down the side of the tree and put the rope around the wolf's tail.
Little did the wolf realize that the rope was slinking down the trunk of the tree.
Good boy. Good kitty.
Peter tugged on the rope, which of course awakened the wolf. Peter pulled with all his might. But it wasn't enough. After all, Peter didn't weigh that much. And the wolf gained ground. Back and forth it went, this battle between Peter and the wolf.
So, Peter won. But that poor duck. It's still a pretty sad story.
Not so fast, Mr. Smarty Pants. Just then, Peter heard gunfire from far away, saw flashes of smoke in the distance. Through the trees, he caught a glimpse of red caps and flashing eyes. A band of hunters rolled out of the woods. You see, the hunters had been following the wolf's trail, too. The noise startled the wolf so much that he opened his mouth and out fell the duck. Confused, as usual. The hunters drew their guns, not sure whether to shoot the duck or the wolf.
Hey, what are you doing? Don't shoot! Anything!
By this time, as you could quite imagine, the duck had had just about enough for one day. He was so happy that he danced? The wolf, however, was not a ballet fan.
Oh no! Now help us take the wolf to the zoo. You see, the wolf will be safe at the zoo, and so will everyone else.
Peter took complete charge of the situation. And the hunters started to build a cage for the wolf.
So, Peter, you disobeyed me again, didn't you?
But I caught the wolf, didn't I?
Yes, you did. But what would have happened if you hadn't caught the wolf? What if the wolf had caught you instead?
Well,
The meadow is a dangerous place. I keep telling you that over and over and over again, but you just don't pay any attention to me.
I'm sorry. But aren't you proud of me?
No, I'm not. Now you listen to me.
Even a little?
Well, little maybe, yeah. But, yes, I am, Peter. And maybe even a lot.
Come on, Grandfather. It won't be a real parade without you.
I love you, Peter. I really do.
You should have seen the incredible excitement as Peter led the colorful parade. Everyone was celebrating. Well, almost everyone. And of course, the bird joined in too, for she had something even more fantastic to celebrate. Her 6 new babies, who had hatched amidst all the excitement. Yes, everyone was celebrating. That was, except for the duck. I guess his first day of spring had been pretty terrifying. And now, Peter spotted him hiding in the reeds, alone and scared.
Hey, what are you doing over there? Everything turned out okay, didn't it? Listen, you'll never have to be scared again, 'cause I'll always be here to protect you. Wow, Mom, what a great story. Wait a minute. This didn't really happen, did it?
Well, yes, it really happened, Papa.
Yes, of course it did. Right out there in this very meadow.
So where's Peter? Where'd he go?
Go ahead, tell him.
No way!
My name is Peter, is it not?
Well, so is mine.
Aha, of course. You were named after me.
No, this isn't possible. It's just a story, right?
Ah, he doesn't believe us, huh? You want proof, do you? All right, I shall give you some proof. Doesn't believe his mother or his grandfather.
Do you think I hurt his feelings?
Well, I don't know how nice it was that you doubted your grandfather's word.
Should I go and apologize to him?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Da-da-da-da!
Wow!
Been saving it for you. Always wanted you to have it.
Do you think it'll fit?
Should. You are exactly the same age as I was when I wore it. Why don't you go try it on, huh?
Thank you, Grandpa.
What a wonderful thing to do. I'll never forget this day, you know that.
Neither will I. He's a fine boy, Annie. Thanks to you. And I've been so darn stupid not to realize how much you've had to cope with all these years. I'm very proud of you.
Can I ask you something I've wanted to ask you for a long time?
What's that, sweetheart?
Why did you come back here? Why didn't you stay with me in America?
Well, you got married, so when your mother died, I felt that I should come back here where my roots are, where I was born. Where you were born. Where we both grew up. Where your mother and I got married, right out there in the meadow. Oh, yeah, this old house is packed full of all kinds of memories for me. Wonderful memories. No, memories are great. There's no doubt about that. But you and Peter are here, and this old house is now home again.
Well, what do you think? How's it look?
Just like it was made for you. Oh, here, see for yourself.